Hey, good morning, everybody. It is time for the Friday Five. It is Friday, and it's time for 5 Minutes with Phil. And what a great way to start off the weekend by you listening to me. No, I'm kidding. By us looking at God's Word together. And that's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to take a look and see what the Lord has to say to us this morning. And I pray that this one really carries you through the whole weekend. Okay, so why don't we jump into the book of Proverbs today? We're on Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 9. Proverbs 27 and verse 9. And here we're going to take a look at some verses, actually one verse that it reminds us how much we should value, and I would even say foster, quality friendships. Quality friendships. And I don't believe that it is the Lord's intention for us to try to live out our faith and walk out our faith alone in isolation. I think that's a mistake, matter of fact. So let's see what this verse has to say, and let's unpack it together. You ready? Verse 9, Proverbs 27, it says, "Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice." So Solomon here, when he's writing this, he talks about basically our senses being stirred in a good way and enhanced in a great way. Not only the effects of just a sweet perfume, but also he says, and you know what, a quality friendship that springs from their heartfelt advice, that is very pleasing. That is something that is very healthy. That is something that is very good for us. So let's unpack this idea about quality friendships. Okay, now it's interesting. When I kind of look at our culture, even the church culture, there are a number of people who label things as relationships, friendships that really are just people kind of using each other. And once that person is of no use to the other person, then that quote friendship kind of drifts apart. And I don't think that's the definition of a good friendship at all. I think the Lord wants us to have quality friends where we support one another, we challenge one another, we love one another, we're there for one another when we are at our best, and we're there for one another when we're at our worst. And I think there's this idea of friendship being a lot more shallow than what it is. You know, even Facebook. Facebook will identify the people that follow each other as friends. Okay? I have over 2,500 friends on Facebook. I promise you, I'm not close friends with 2,500 people. Not at all. And let me pause there and just say, you know what? You don't need a ton of friends. But having a handful of quality friends, now that's gold. You can have acquaintances, okay? But as far as the people that are closest to your heart, there is something to be said about fostering those. In other words, being the friend that you want to have, you model that yourself. So if you want a friend that cares about you no matter what, then you be that friend that cares about a person no matter what. If you want a trustworthy friend, then you need to be trustworthy as well. And what happens when those friendships are formed and then they're constantly growing, then that is something special to your faith. And so I really want to challenge you this weekend to deliberately invest in your healthy friendships and don't see what you can get out of them. Try to be the person whom you would want to be friends with yourself. And I think out of that, there will be some really great things that will take place in your life in so many ways. Okay, so hope that blesses you today. Have a good weekend. We love you. And Lord willing, we'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.